Maxed out on stacks. One shot. Two shots. Three shots dead. That's it. Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Leyzar and today we're gonna be doing a quick build guide on Hailey. We're gonna keep it to the facts. I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible so you can get out there and start killing some bosses. Because my friends, that is what Hailey does. No, she's not a farmer per se, definitely not. She is 100% a boss killer. So, you will need, however, a good stat stick weapon. Let's quickly go over what you need to know about this Descendant. First of all, you're going to be using her Cold Fury. Now, this is her third ability. Essentially, this gives you a truck of critical hit chance and critical hit damage. Not just for Hailey, but also for your weapons as well. What you need to understand, the extra critical hit chance essentially adds to the base value that is before mods. So you get your base value, you get the value from Hailey's abilities, they make a big value, and here comes the mods to actually make a absolutely humongous critical hit chance and critical hit damage. On a lot of weapons, you will finally hit that 100% guaranteed critical hit chance. Now, as for the critical hit damage, those at the end, additional buffs at max stacks of Cold Fury, those act like your regular mods, both for weapons and for Hailey herself. What you're going to be doing damage with is going to be this one. It's called Zenith. This will generate 2 damage instances. One that belongs to the weapon that you're using when you activated this, because as you can see, the base damage is the same as the equipped weapon. And the second instance of damage is going to be the additional damage, the one that lines up to the skill power. As you can see, very similar to Lepic, you have an absolutely huge increase in skill power by default. What do you want to mod for? Obviously, chill and singular skill power. Dangerous ambush at this point is a given for essentially mostly any boss layer. So chill specialist, frontline, skill insight, singular specialist, and skill concentration. Past this point, of course, you can add a bit more to Hailey. You want some survivability, you want some utility, you want to push the damage even a bit more further, you can, but the point is, you don't really need more than this. Right now in her, we do have the energy activator when we only put in a single crystallization catalyst. And that's not that big of an investment, is it? But unfortunately, you will need a good stat stick weapon. Let's talk about weapons. The highest base damage weapon in the game and the weapon that I recommend is you go for Piercing Light. This is the build that I used and I recommend, and I'll show you on a bit harder bosses as well what this one can do. The point is what works and what doesn't, what actually adds more damage to her fourth ability. Flat damage, such as rifling reinforcements or action and reaction, does work. Weak point damage works. Critical hit chance, critical hit damage does work. Though, bear in mind when you're modding critical hit chance, for example, hey, hold on there, dude. Why are you not using better insight? That seems like a no-brainer. Hailey adds so much because of her free ability. Essentially, with it fully stacked up to 16 stacks, you're going to be getting a critical chance out of Piercing Light of 90-something%. Essentially, you don't really need the mod for crit. It is super sky-high critical multiplier. Now, you will see the following rounds per magazine. Does it actually matter? And the thing is, we're not using it for Piercing Light per se. We are using it for her fourth ability. With that one on, plus the set bonus from Slayer, you are getting from 4 shots out of her 4 ability all the way to 6 shots. Unfortunately, it does not round up like I thought it would. And of course, we are going to be recommending the Slayer set on this one, just like you would for Lepic. Now, here's the thing. The reactor. You can't farm the best reactor, the quote-unquote best reactor right now, because obviously dimension doesn't really help me right now. What I would want is singular, but I cannot farm a reactor that has the Piercing Light mounting right now and also has the singular skill power boost ratio. Unfortunately, right now only dimension, singular, and unfortunately only special rounds are active, which I don't really recommend. You do have one option though. You can try to go for a purple reactor, but to be honest, it was kind of a pain to farm, so just simply go for dimension for the time being until we can get our hands on the proper reactor. In terms of execution, you're going to be doing basically what you do with a Lepic, except that now you really do want to go for that weak point damage because of how Hailey works. And by the time the boss is vulnerable to damage, make sure you have 16 stacks of your third ability, essentially like so. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3, 4, and a 5th shot, and a 6th shot. Didn't crit that time. Sometimes you might not crit, but normally she's extremely consistent because with full stacks on, take a look at this. Maxed out on skill critical hit rate, a massive 4.2x. As for Piercing Light, 90.4% critical hit rate without a dedicated crit mod. and a massive critical hit damage of 2.6. Keep in mind that weak point damage also works, that's why we mod for weak point damage when it comes to the actual weapon build. We are on 3.3. Not to mention Hailey that can also add with her passive to that weak point damage. Make sure you are 25 meters or further away from the target. But also be careful about the weapon damage drop off. Let's try it one more time. There you go, 5 shots. Let me see what you got for Subre. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. Now, unfortunately, Dead Bride is the chill boss. She has extreme chill resistance, and most of your damage will be chill. So you can either wait for the cooldown, which isn't as bad, like for example, a Lepic is bad, or you can just suicide, reset, and do your shots again. It's really down to you, and it doesn't really matter either way. Keep in mind to deactivate your free in case you want to run around a little bit. So much for Dead Bride. So that was pretty much unedited. She is the chill boss. She has chill resistance, so the main damage type that you do. But even so, what was the kill time? A minute. But you know what? You know what's not a chill boss? Pyro. I don't want him to be closer than 25 meters to me. If I can get my full damage out. That's a shot. That's another. And another. That's it. That was 4 shots. Not a chill resistance boss. That's it, and we got him down to, what is that? 40%. 40% before his first enrage phase. And that's it. That's pretty much it to it. We were not able to kill it in 6 shots, but I think if you push the build a little further, you can kill him before the actual enrage timer. I don't know how that took. 4 minutes, something like that. No, 2 minutes, 17 seconds. But let's try not solo bosses, shall we? There you go. That's it. Public group, and in here we didn't have a Lepic to blow him up. We did have 1 Glay. We killed it rather quickly. And the kill time and the damage was 45 seconds and 23.4 million damage. So we did a full 6 shots. Then we went to cooldown, which without any cooldown mods is actually not that horrible if you think about it. The cooldown is 30 seconds, and again, we aren't using any cooldown mod. If you're gonna be not playing solo and you want to make use out of your fourth ability more than one time, as in not one-shot the boss until the first frenzy phase, you want to go into some cooldown mod, something like Nimble Fingers, and not only. MP conversion with 36.5%, even though it takes away 15% of your mana, you're not really gonna be caring about that one, especially considering that if you hit weak point, you're gonna be getting some of that back. So definitely go into MP conversion as a next step, so you can use your 4 ability a lot more often. Now, when it comes to bosses, Frostwalker obviously is very, well, strong to cold damage, which she primarily does. So let's go over to the floating fire fortress of Doom thing. Split up, that's it. We done. All out. Screw this noise. Can't see. Shit. Ah, didn't die. See? All you need is love, boys. Did you hook on to the thing? Did you get the thing?
Got him? Oh no.
You got it? You got Oh no. Everybody, let's lament the fail of gameplay. I do. Alright, that's it. Nice job, boys. Nice, totally realistic run. Let's compare them damage numbers. So we went up against the Lepic with the Annihilation build. How much did you do, buddy? I got 40 mil.
I said I did 30.
30, and I did 40. But again, comparing damage here is not really the smartest of things, simply because those balls up in the air, when you kill them, that adds a whole lot of damage to your tally, so it's not really all that relevant. Alright guys, that's pretty much gonna cover it. Now, this is your base build. Off of this one, you're gonna be going forward with Hailey. What you're gonna be doing, in my opinion, you should go into some cooldown reduction for her 4th ability. That's when you're not playing solo. So when it comes to cooldown reduction, it's okay to go into something like MP conversion. I know you don't want to sacrifice 15% of your maximum MP, but honestly, it doesn't really matter all that much, and you have a default M polarity. Minus 36.5% cooldown for your 4 ability is gonna be absolutely huge. As for shot focus, yes, it does provide a real benefit, but you should leave this one, honestly, for the last mod you should have equipped. Outside of that, a little bit of survivability through HP and defense, and that's your build. So, cooldown reduction, HP and defense, shot focus, done, full build. And I do believe, my friends, that is pretty much it. As always, my name has been Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe only if you enjoy the content. If you got any feedback from me, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And enjoy Hailey. Bye-bye.